Okay, this is the 40K to 400K formula workshop where we show e-com founders how to take their stores from maybe 0K, 5K, 10K a month up to 40K a month, and then how to scale that up to 400K months. We do that by taking you through the fast path plan, which helps you get consistent Shopify orders. Three things we ask you to do over the next hour or so that we're going to be here. Number one is lock in. We're going to engage with you. This isn't just us speaking at you for the next hour. We're going to be asking questions. So we do ask that you engage, show up, be active here. The more you put in, the more focused you are here, the more you're going to get out of it. We do prefer you to be seen. So we do like you to have your camera on, but yourself muted. That's so we can see your lovely faces, particularly if we're going to be engaging and chatting to you rather than speaking into the black squares of doom. And number three, have a chat. We will be live chatting in the chat feature here inside of Zoom. So if you could find that, click that, pop that open. Our team will be chatting to you and asking you questions. And that's the place to ask your questions, chat, engage throughout this session. We got three goals for you today, really stacked into one major goal. And that's how to understand how to convert more browsers into buyers. We bang on a lot here at Insightful in the e-commerce circle about conversion, CRO, conversion rate, optimizing, how to get more people that visit your site and turn them into buyers. We talk about this so much because it really is the single biggest lever you can pull in your business to get the biggest bang for buck. So if you send 1,000 people to your store and you pay X amount of dollars to get those people there and you convert them at 1%, if you spend the same money and send the same 1,000 people and convert them at 6%, you 6x your business without having to do anything else. That's why we love conversion so much, because it's really a lever that you can pull that can massively amplify and multiply your business quite quickly. Once you understand conversion and how to convert more browsers into buyers, it leads into how you dial and nail your paid ads. The advice we'll give you tonight around your paid ads will show you how to, again, convert more of that ad traffic into sales. And we do that through what we call a pathway to profit with our fast path plan, which we will do live here for one lucky contestant here on the call tonight. And this is ultimately how to break down your business growth into the 3 to 4 to 5 things you need to do right now over the next 30 to 90 days that's actually going to create growth and success in your business, rather than procrastinating because there's 4,000 things you could do and you just end up doing nothing because you kind of get stuck in this procrastination cycle because you just don't know the right action to take. Big question we get here on these calls and inside of our communities is, will this stuff work for me? Right? And the short answer is yes. There's kind of three flavors of this question, right? The first one is, will it work in my niche? Because I sell, I don't know, underwear to penguins from Antarctica and I'm super niched and there's no way that this is going to work for me. Will it work at my size? And I'm just beginning. I've never made a sale before. I haven't even got a Shopify store, or I've got $1 million a month Shopify store. And will it work now? Is this stuff relevant to what's happening right now in 2025? Short answer is yes, right? We work with 200 plus brands. We work with hundreds of businesses in all sorts of niche, any niche you can possibly have, that you could possibly imagine. If it's on Shopify, if it's an e-com business, yes, it will work. At your size, yes, the same principles that we will show you to opt to grow a business that's at 40K a month are the same principles we use to grow stores at 400K a month up to millions a month. There's just obviously some different levels that we train those at, and everything we teach works right now. Ourselves, our coaches, all of our experts inside of our communities are active inside of e-commerce businesses every day. They're inside Meta accounts, inside Google accounts, inside Klaviyo accounts, today working inside of e-commerce businesses. So if you are a Shopify store owner, or you're looking to bring a store over from, I don't know, BigCommerce, WooCommerce onto Shopify, this call is for you. And again, there's sort of three reasons people tend to join these calls, is because you're passionate, right? You've got a business that you love, you've got a killer product, you invented this thing that you know can have a big impact in the world, but you just haven't quite cracked that right next move that's going to amplify and get this thing into the hands of the millions of people whose lives you just know you can change if you just knew that right next step. And that makes a lot of people overwhelmed because they start going to every possible guru they can find. You doom scroll TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, and you end up with 4 billion possible ideas of the stuff you need to do, 25 different strategies on 27 different platforms. And you just end up overwhelmed because there's so much information. You just end up procrastinating because you don't know which thing's actually going to work. And we'll break through that tonight with, as I said, our fast path plan, which will show you the best 2 to 3 things you can do in the next 30 to 60 days that'll actually move your business forward. And the third type of person that we love to work with and that generally joins us is people that like to make money, because we all started businesses generally not just to hang around and have a nice hobby and fill some time in the day. We actually want to make some money, and we don't just want to become a collection agency for the ATO, as much as we love to pay the ATO because they're amazing. We want to keep some for ourselves as well, and our families and our hobbies and our passions and all of the stuff that we want to do outside of work. And the reason that we started this business was to make some money to fund our lifestyle. So if you want to make some money and you want to keep some more for yourself, this is the place for you. Another big question we get asked here is, why should you listen to Paul or myself or Chris or anyone on our team, right? And the fact is that we don't teach theory. We teach by experience and practice. Paul's been in e-commerce for 225 years, I think now, at least 25 years. He started Warcom back in 1997 when he was about 17 years old, and grew that. That was one of the first e-commerce stores in Australia. In the tech space, he grew that to $40 million worth of product sales and eventually sold that out to an ASX listed company. During that process, he also founded the Insightful agency. I joined Paul in Insightful a few years ago, and our team has grown over the last 18 months or so as we built out our e-commerce circle coaching community. So basically, if it has happened in ecom, if it's going to happen in ecom, someone on our team has seen it happen, right? We've got decades of experience in marketing, in branding, in e-commerce. So we can see around the corners and we know what's coming because we've had the experience. And because we've been there and done that and bought the t-shirt, we can turn all of that into principle-based training, which is what we're going to take you through tonight, are principles that actually work, right? And that's why we're able to say this will work in any niche at any size working today, because it's based on principles, not fads, not stuff that used to work in 2017 for a small drop shipping business. And that's what we say here. The funny thing is, all the stuff that worked 20 years ago is the same stuff that works today. It's the same stuff that's going to work 20 years from now, because it's based in principle. It's based in marketing principle, business principles, branding principles, advertising principles, right? Those things don't change. And that's the stuff that we teach because we know it works. And when we work this stuff inside of our client businesses, they get results like this, right? We have clients do their first $1 million year and take Christmas off. We have clients that come in and they're doing 5-10 grand a month, and within 6 months they're doing 150, 250k a month. We have clients doing millions of dollars a month. We have clients doing 10k a month, and they're super happy because they never thought they'd get those sorts of results. So when we apply these systems, we get results just like this. And a great example of this is Sam from Bayside Golf, who does amazing golf simulators. Sam came to us doing 30-40k a month. Within 4 or 5 months, he did 150% growth month on month. They did record months, and he's now sitting at about $500,000 a month inside of about 10 months of working inside of the e-commerce circle. And the stuff we did wasn't crazy, right? We built a new high converting website. We targeted his messaging a bit better. We understood his audience better. We refined the product suite. We pulled some basic levers that really generated massive results inside of the business. So this is a lovely free call that everyone gets to jump on every Wednesday night. And we run these because we want to find our next success story. So this is what we call our unhidden agenda. This is our heart on the sleeve moment. As I said, we're teach and do guys. We teach what we do what we teach. And our mission is to help business owners just like you. So our promise for this workshop is, whether you work with us ever again, whether we see you ever again, whether this is the first and only time we get to speak to you, this session will still be incredibly valuable to you. You'll be able to walk away from this with some tangible tactics that you can apply into your own business to start to move it forward. But obviously we have time constraints. We'd love to sit here with all of you one-on-one, but we'd be here for about 25 hours if that was the case. So we will have an offer for you on today's workshop for those of you that would like to work a bit closer with us and get a bit more personal attention. So for those of you that are interested in some more assistance and would like to work with us a bit longer and a bit closer to achieve your goals first, faster. Can I get a hand raise? Would it be okay with you if we share a bit of an offer with you at the end of this call as to how you can do that and work with us a bit closer? So drop us a yep or a hands up or a thumbs up in the chat if that is good for you. Cool. Justin's in. Justin's in every week. Good to see. Subi, Nav, Karen, awesome.
Oh,
All right, thank you again.
Zoom's doing that emoji thing again. That's good.
I just make random shapes and things start to. I figured this one out the other day. I think this should do love hearts like that.
Does it work for everyone?
You got
Everyone
to do
try.
it properly though.
That's not working.
You got
Come
to
on,
do
guys.
this one.
This way? Is it a
Yeah,
different way? I'm doing it. It's only working for you.
yeah. You got to
Host
put your thumbs at the
privilege.
bottom, mate.
Gotta be host privilege.
Upside down.
Right. Whatever. Cool.
Next big hard question for everyone on the call. Where are you guys at in your journey? Most ecom founders we meet are in one of four places. You're in startup mode. You're really just getting started up to your first sort of 10K months. You're in setup where you're starting to figure things out. You're in grow up where you're starting to really hone in and dial your advertising and marketing. Or you're in scale up. You're hitting 100, 200K months and you're really at that scaling phase of systemizing and operationalizing the business. So let us know, startup, setup, grow up, scale up, whereabouts are you in your business? Drop that in the chat. Startup, scale up, fantastic. Grow up, startup.
I'm in all of them because I'm working with like 200 brands. So I'm
Startup,
not sure
grow
what
up,
I can
startup.
comment on. And some well beyond that. So
Good, good. I've got a couple of grow ups in there, a couple of setups. Awesome. Jacinta, startup, scale up. Good, good. Okay. These guys were in startup mode when we met them. They were doing sort of 20, 30K a month. They're getting smashed by an ad agency, which is very common for a lot of you. They're spending 8K to make 8.5K or something. But they joined our community, the wonderful Paul and Delane. They do Australia's cleanest and best collagen and protein. So go check out Nature's Pantry Supplies if you're in the health market looking for a good WPI or protein. So this year, since joining, they've had a record annual growth. They're up 115% at least, and this is older data. They were doing 10, 20K months. They're now doing what, close to 100K months at the moment, or 50, 60K months at the moment. So multiple, massively multiplied their business, simplified what they're doing, starting to bring in new products and both now working in the business where they weren't able to do that previously. So the business is now at a point that they're both able to work in the business together, pay themselves, focus on growing the business, bringing new product lines. So again, simple tweaks, build a high converting website, target their brand messaging, refine their positioning, bump conversions, improve their meta creatives, right? Simple levers that made big differences. So how do we get results like this, right? Is building client businesses that get to these sorts of revenues, is it luck? Is it magic? Is it a system? What do you guys reckon? Drop it in the chat. Is it just, do we just lucky to meet people that are already on amazing trajectory? Is it some sort of voodoo that we do? Is it magic? Is it a system? What do we reckon? System. You guys are too smart. Very
definitely
good.
silence.
Good guess, everyone. It is a system, and it is this specific system that we call, it is a magic system, Nathaniel. Good call. It is the more orders model. And as you can see, this is the more orders model, and it's very, very simple. There are three things on this model, as you can see, where we have three question marks. So next question for everyone, what do you think these three things are? And the clue is they all start with S, and they are the three biggest levers you can pull in your business to move it forward fast. These are the three things also that are broken in every business we meet or aren't fully optimized or could be done better. What do you think they are? They all start with S. Two of them have the same number of letters in them. Structure. Yeah, no, it's kind of going the right way for one of them, maybe. Sales, definitely important. But sales is more a result of fixing these things. SEO, that's kind of part of one of the things. I'll give you a partial on that, Steph.
Next week, we're going to do the right amount of words on this, Chris, on the slide. So it's like one of the words has like 6 letters, blah, blah, blah. Oh, story. Yes, that's a good answer.
Okay, Nathaniel's got one down. All right, we'll put everyone out of there. We do 10 points, 15 points to Nathaniel. Add a couple of right guesses there. It is your store, your story, and your strategy. Your store, first vertical here, is all about your conversion. This is about having a high converting website. So if your website's not built conversion, you're never going to turn those browsers into buyers. This is all about converting more of those people that see your site into buyers. Can we just mute whoever's making that noise?
Yeah, I'll
Your
just.
story is about connecting to your customers in a better way. It's about really understanding your audience, understanding their pain points, understanding what drives them, understanding their underlying psychology, and then messaging that to them on your website through compelling brand messaging, right? And then that brand messaging, the same beautiful words and really clear, emotional, powerful words you have in the H1 and your main headlines and on your website and your origin story are reflected in your meta ads and your Google ads and your email marketing. So you're always connecting and resonating with your audience. And then the third critical piece here is having a strategy. And this is the thing that gives you control over your business. This is taking the 4,000 possible things you could be doing and turning them into the 4 things you need to do right now this week to actually move your business forward. This is about doing the right thing at the right time and in the right order, right? There's sort of 3 parts to this. This is your business model. This is your financial strategy, your digital strategy, your marketing strategy, and your overall business strategy. What do I do now? What do I do next? And then what's the next best thing to do to actually move the business forward? So for one lucky person on this call tonight, and what we do here every week, we will audit a business based on this 3-pillar framework. We'll have a look at your store and your story, and then we'll map it out in what we call our fast path plan. And this is giving you those next best steps, what you need to do in the next 90 days to actually move your business forward. The few things that you need to focus on to actually get from whatever you're doing now to whatever your goal is. These are the things that are going to help you focus, that are actually going to drive your business towards actually scaling, making more money, and getting more sales through the door. There's a few flavors to this. You've got to fix stuff that's broken. You've got to build stuff that you don't have yet, right? You've got to grow stuff that's already working, scaling things that are already working, and transforming, right? Making big moves. So maybe that's making a big hire. Maybe that's moving into a bigger warehouse, right? Big key decisions, big things that will transform your business. Here today, we're probably going to focus on the first 2 because these are the things that are really tangible for most people, right? Fixing stuff that's not fully optimized and then building out the layers in the business that you need to move forward. So I'm going to jump out of here, and Paul's suddenly decided to disappear, which is fantastic timing. So he's got the bat signal must have gone out. Jacinta's still here, so maybe he got the call and not her. Oh, he's back.
Sorry.
Batman's
Someone's
back.
Right when you needed him.
Figured the
all
bat
good.
signal must have gone out, mate. Got the
No,
call.
no. The
So
kids are
now
home.
we are going to have a look at, I think we're going to have a look at Jacinta's website, and we're going to
All
run a
right.
bit of a more orders audit over her site and give her a fast path plan to move her forward in the next 90 days. And because most of you here are in a similar kind of stage of business, this is going to be very, very applicable to you as well.
All righty. So, can everyone see my screen? Which screen can you see, actually?
Yeah, we
You can
see
see
Green.
Green Horse.
Yeah, cool. Do you want to come off mute, Jacinta?
Sure. Hi.
Nice to meet you. So, give us a background again, when you started this thing, why you started this thing, kind of, and let's go from there.
Sure. So my first business plan, I was writing it in my final year of business fashion course that I was doing in 2006. And I was partway through my thesis, and of August that year, I was diagnosed with advanced bowel cancer. So
Oh, wow.
I was already on this sort of path of grappling between my personal ethics and a love for the fashion industry and aesthetics, I guess, in general, design.
Yep.
And that kind of catapulted me further into this, I guess, a rabbit warren of looking at environmental impact on health, environmental impact on not just people, planet, and animals, but physical health as well. And after completing chemotherapy and beating it against all the odds, I was then hit with a chemical sensitivity as a result of the chemotherapy treatment. So I'd had psoriasis since I was a young kid, but then it became I couldn't put certain clothing on my body. I couldn't eat certain foods. I couldn't use certain skin products because it would put me into a rash. So shopping in general, just from like an ethics basis, avoiding certain chemicals and things, it became a chore, it became not enjoyable. And so that's really where the core of what this comes from, where Green Horse comes from. I was wanting to bring the joy of shopping and the joy of surrounding yourself with quality, beautiful items back to the ethical consumer.
Got it. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. So first off, amazing that you beat chemo. That's the number one thing that matters. And so that's still going good. You're healthy.
Yeah. So statistically, there was just no statistics. I was 21. I was diagnosed with advanced bowel cancer. So my statistics that I was given was 20% chance of survival. But yeah, I smashed it.
And like, come at me, cancer. I'm going to beat you. Good job.
Yeah, and was told I would never have children. And I have 2 beautiful girls these days.
Jeez, I thought we should all clap or something. No, that's amazing though. Well, nice that you're still here and healthy and got kids, and it's meant to be. And now you're doing this. So,
yes.
Jeez, I haven't had an opener like that before. Where it's like that's amazing. We meet so many mums and dads and so forth, right? And I'm doing it because like I hate corporates. I started an ecom business, or I did this, or started an ecom business. But these kind of stories are brilliant. Even what you said about good for the people, good for the planet. Like during our sales process, we have a part of our script that literally says, is the brand that we're working with good for people, good for the planet? And we also say good for little people. Because I've got a dad, I'm a dad, sorry, of a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I'm like, I don't want to help people sell crap that ends up in the rubbish bin. So like everything about this brand, not to mention it's called Green Horse, and you only need to go to both of my websites and you'll see that I've got a thing for green. So you're in
Me
the right.
too.
Good job. So, and black, obviously, but green's good too. So
we're 14 years old. We've really been, the core of what we do is bricks and mortar retail. And the
in Warrandyte as well?
No, we're in Northgate.
Northgate, okay.
Yeah, Northgate High Street. We've rested on our laurels of being a good shop on a good street. And now with the economy the way it's going, and also just my ambition to grow it now that my kids are getting bigger.
It's your next baby.
Yeah, it's time to put on my big girl pants and build an e-com store that works.
Yep. Okay. All right. I just want to have a quick look. Oh, yeah. So you get good traffic as well. Yeah. Wow. You're doing so much right. Cool. Let's go back to the start, right? So as per Chris's beautiful triangle that some people got right, things that are missing though is how you're communicating about the brand as soon as you land on the website. So for the most part, someone will land on your website, and let's assume they're on a desktop. It's a bit hard to do this on the mobile, but here's what you see, right? And what you should be seeing, so you have a title here, but you should be seeing what we call a H1 tag here, which is a heading 1 tag. That very much may be a H1, but it's not saying a lot.
Yes, tiny.
Yeah. Then we got a H2, right? Then we come down here and you've got a few more boxes. And this is super light on what I'm talking about here, but I'll just go with me and you'll see what I'm going to talk about. In here, there should be little trust statements as well, right? So all of this also needs to tie back to phrases that people actively search for in a Google search. So for example, no one's going to go to Google and search for shop with intention and discover quality, right? However, they may search for something more along the lines of, and here's some I prepared earlier, right? So everything is, it's beautifully made and it's consciously chosen. So I've shifted it a little bit, but going further into that, I've started thinking and I've gone, well, who's the audience for the brand, right? And I would assume that it's going to be likely female, 25, 55, maybe. their values that they're conscious about, ethical, organic, sustainable. They care about the aesthetic appeal, but they care about the functionality. They're buying really good quality stuff over quantity. They want to support local brands. They are shopping for themselves, their home, their children, right? But they're shopping with the word intention is good. However, no one's searching for that. And for the large amount of people who are going to land on the website, it's not immediately clear why I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Versus if we were to change this, and again, I'm keeping this super basic, but I'll explain why I'm doing that. It could say something more along the lines of, and I'll just do a copy and paste here. So something more like, how's this going to work? Let's draw on the screen again. How do you text on this thing? There you go. Page 1. Can I make it red so everyone can see it? Again, this is super simple. Like, it's not perfect, but something more along the lines of like that. It's ethical clothing, it's sustainable fashion, and it's eco homewares, and it's all in the one place, right? The reason you're saying you're getting that is because you want people to read it and go, yep, 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 yep. So they read each sentence and they go, yes, yes, yes. Then they move on to the H2, right? And again, every single brand on this call is probably doing this wrong or right or wrong to some capacity. Your H2 should be something more along the lines of, I hate the word curated, so you have to forgive me, but like something along the lines of, consciously created fashion, homewares, gifts from Australia's trusted ethical lifestyle store. Why this is not perfect and Chris McLean is like the wizard of this stuff. But as you read that in your mind, you go, yes, 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 yes. And in their mind, they're starting to comply with what they're reading on the website. So they're becoming warmer and they're more likely to lead to a sale, right? Rather than they read that, and they're like, I'm not really sure why I'm here, right? Then these sections down here, we want to back them up with what we call trust statements. So I'm going to try and rip some on the spot here. So they would be something along the lines of, what's up?
Slow fashion, ethically sourced, hypoallergenic fabrics, certified organics.
Proudly independent and locally owned since about 2005. Something like that, What does greenwashing mean?
When people say they're sustainable, but they're actually not.
It's not. Okay. So like 100% transparency, no greenwashing or something. So maybe that's the thing for people in your audience. Something then along the lines of like every brand we stock is carefully vetted for sustainability and ethics. Again, these aren't perfect. And what we need to do, they'd probably end up being like icons, little icons. However, again, people read everything. And they're like, I've got 10 yeses in my mind now. She's persuaded me that I'm in the right spot. I know why I'm here and I align with the values and I align with what I'm reading. And I'm like, cool, now I'm ready to scroll down and start looking at all the products on the website, right? So there's another piece that we'll be missing here down in this section. So, excuse me, for example, like let's assume these images weren't here. Down here, now there'd be a big, what we call a USP. And a USP is like a big unique selling proposition, again, for your brand versus other brands. I'll show you an example of like where we do this really well for another client, just so everyone on the call can be like, I get it. That makes a lot of sense. And why I tell everyone to do this is because unless you're a monster brand, most people arrive on your website and they don't really know what you do probably. Like, you know what you do. Your job is to convince them as quickly as you can with the minimal amount of real estate that you've got. So, for example, if we go to try again, Toy Box Tales. So this is one of our amazing clients. Now, like you said, you've got kids, you go on this website, you land here and you're like, unleash your child's imagination at a toy store where every toy tells a tale. It sounds beautiful. It sounds like I want to shop here because I want this experience for my kids, as opposed to, hey, welcome to Kmart, buy our crap, right? Then you move on to the next section and you start talking about from educational games, creative play sets, we have everything you need to spark wonder at every age. So again, you're reading and you're going, yep. You go, cool, show me some other stuff. All right, you get down to here, expert guidance, personalized recommendations from knowledgeable staff. There's another tick. Convenient shopping for busy parents. There's another tick. Handpicked from our hearts. There's another one. Come down here. There's another one. Now we start scrolling down all the products. And for those people that like me that will read everything and they read all the way to the bottom, they'll get down here and they're like, oh, here's Chris and Sarah. They look lovely. Here is the brand messaging story about them, about the brand, about the journey. And you go, great, I'm in the right spot. Now I'll scroll back up the top and I'll start buying stuff, right? So this is a super basic way that I'm kind of explaining this, and like at depth, it takes a long time to be able to get to the point to get to this. But this stuff is incredibly valuable and no brands do this very well. Like it's something you need to be always working on. The other reason this is so important is because when you do a brand messaging project with a company like us, hopefully, you want to take the brand message that you develop here and the persona that you're saying all these things to, and you want to put them in all your ads. So whether you're in an ad, whether you're running a meta ad, whether a content creator is doing an ad for you, you want them to be able to say these things in your ad about our brand. Because when people see that in an ad and then they land on your website and they see the same thing, again, there's congruency from start to finish and they go, I'm in the right spot. So that alone does wonders for your conversion rate, right? Really, really important especially for a brand like yours. Have to nail this stuff. Now, I'll leave that bit there for a moment about brand messaging. We'll get into some conversion rate optimization stuff. So again, let's assume the homepage is rebuilt and you had things like the trust elements and you had stuff like social proof, like you don't have a lot of reviews here for some reason, there's something we'd need to fix. There's no photos of the retail store. We got to fix that. So at some point we'll go, let's rebuild the website and put it all in the right order. But to give you an example, like what's your best selling product on the website at the moment, or even in store?
Probably Belroy bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a Belroy wallet or something at some point. I've got a Belroy jacket in the cupboard somewhere. All right. Something like this or another one? Help me pick a product here.
Yeah. I would say they're sling bags or they're backpacks. Yeah. The light belt bag is a good one.
This thing?
Yeah.
One of these?
Yeah.
That one. Okay. This thing. Cool. Okay. So let's talk about conversion rate optimization now. Again, every single brand on the planet has conversion rate issues. Like I did a pro audit yesterday for a brand that's doing like millions of dollars a month. And I'm like, you guys are missing all the things on your product page that should be there. So as an example, everyone knows what a product page is. This is a product page. Everyone knows what a collection page is, right? This is a collection page. Everyone knows what a home page is. This is the home page. Then we have stuff like this, which is, so I'm just going to add this beautiful dress to the website. So this thing that pops out in the wrong location is called a cart drawer. It should actually be on the right-hand side, but we'll disregard that for now. And here's your checkout. Actually, you should have gone through it's made me do another step and it hasn't taken me to the checkout. So there's a few issues going on here. Let's click the next button. It'll take me to the checkout. But all of those steps there and all of those pages, there's about 300, 400 different things that should be on all of those pages in order to help people convert as good as they can. So for example, on the homepage, there's like 100 different elements that need to go in the right order for people to buy properly, right? Same with your product page, same with the cart, same with all of them. If we go back here though, like your conversion rate at the moment, I would imagine it'd be pretty low. Do you know what number it is? So like one, two.
So not the last 30 days, 1.06.
Okay. All right. So that's not great. It's not dire or anything, but it's not ideal, right? Part of the reason that you're having that issue as well, and I'll go through a few of them, I won't give everything, but just so everyone else can see what we're talking about here. Like on here, there's no social proof. There's no like, hey, we sold 10 of them when we have 10 reviews, And if you don't have that, you don't have business reviews. You're like, hey, like we've got 50 Google reviews. Biggest thing that's missing right here, there's no information about shipping. So the reason most people will bail from purchasing something, they're like, how much is it? If you don't show them here, right? I mean, I know you can see it up in the header. Most people are blind and they don't bother reading there. You need to show it here. You need to talk about things like warranty. You need to talk about things like what happens if I don't like it? What if it doesn't fit properly? Like maybe that's here. Maybe it's hidden further down the page. Little things, give me 1 second, I'll set a water. Little things like on this page. So I did some crow work with a fashion brand a while ago. And I'm like, what do you think one of the biggest issues is on the product that they sell? They sell ladies' underwear. Let's have a guess here and see if people think what was one of the biggest conversion issues they had. Just whilst I have a drink. So it was
Their models look too happy.
That's the thing. If you have a fashion brand that is quite sophisticated, they need to be miserable. Converts a lot better. I've tested across hundreds of brands. Yours probably not, but high-end fashion, they all need to be miserable. But it's not that, Chris. Good guess though. Next one. So there's a lady in this photo. She's wearing a dress. Size, yes. So for example, we go, hey, we put a little image on this thing. We said, this is Jacinta. She's a size 10. She's about 5'11". Crush the conversion rate. Little things like that. So to my point, there's a whole bunch of other things missing in here. It doesn't say like it's in stock, it's in ready to ship. It doesn't say we've sold 10 in the last 24 hours or the last week or anything. And all the other stuff that's missing. All right. Chris, can you see anything else missing?
Not missing, but we don't like the afterpay. You're just kind of wasting space with sticking afterpay up there. People kind of know how that works.
Yeah.
There's no breadcrumbs here. You don't have a short description. Kind of go straight into a long description.
Yeah, so my original website did have breadcrumbs, but I rebuilt with Shopify 7 years ago. Yeah, and they just it was hard to build.
Yeah, even the little things like your search bar is in the wrong spot. People won't be able to find that. It doesn't have predictive search. So if I start clicking there, it should go, here's some products that you should look at. Right? No phone number details that I can easily see, no add to cart, no live chat that I can easily see. So the good thing is there's tons of things you could fix to get your conversion rate 3, 4, 5, 6%, right? Fix your brand message, fix that, and then we'll bring it all together with a digital strategy and it will crush it. So what I will do, I don't know my voice.
No shop pay button.
That's a huge one as well. So I don't know why that's missing, but that's a problem.
I know it's ugly and it doesn't match anyone's brand colors, but people look for that. People look for that button to click it because they can just check out so quickly.
Yeah,
it's a massive conversion element.
Yeah, I've definitely done a bit of a set and forget with the web store, and a lot of my attention goes to the day-to-day of the bricks and mortar store, and I need to shift that. Yeah,
but the web store should be a big part of driving traffic to the.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening at the moment, why this is such a big issue is because so many conversion elements are missing from the site. Two things that are happening. A, you're not getting the conversion online. B, you need to consider that your e-commerce store is a 24/7 selling machine that sells whilst you're sleeping, sells whilst you're sick, sells whilst you're feeling crap and you can't be bothered doing anything. It's out there going, hey, people are coming to the website, and if your conversion rate is 1%, there's a good chance your bounce rate is probably like 60%. So let's assume you're getting 10,000 people coming to your site a month and your bounce rate's like 50%. Like half of them are leaving and not doing anything, right? So for example, if your average order value is $369 for a dress and you could have sold 10 or you could have sold 100 of those dresses, you go, Jesus Christ, I'm losing like 40 grand a month just from that dress, just from that one dress ad. This is why it's such a big issue having websites that don't convert properly. And people go, oh yeah, but it's just like, and especially for the retail people, they're like, my retail store kind of does all right. And I've got the e-com site. I said, yeah, but a lot of people these days will walk into a retail bricks and mortar store and you might be busy, right? No offense against you, but you might be with 3 customers already on your own. You're like, sorry. And they'll be like, oh, cool. I'll just go check out the website later. Again, they go check out the website later and it doesn't match your experience. It doesn't match how you talk, which is the most important thing as well. They go, cool, I'm going to go somewhere else. So whilst you're losing revenue from your e-com store, you're also losing all that offline store. Like we did this exercise today, Chris and I, with a nursery down in Tasmania, and their traffic is like 10x your traffic and their conversion rate is like point whatever. It's terrible, right? I said, average tree costs like $60 to $200, 20,000 something people coming to your website every month. None of them are buying. I said, if we go and fix your website, get your conversion rate to 5%, 10%, you're converting, someone do the math for me on this, but 5% of 20,000 people at an average order value at $250,000. I'm like, there's $1 million a year that you're like letting die. Do you know what I mean? For lack of a better, with the plants, right? So critical that people have to nail this stuff. And that's not a big expense to fix these things, right? So what I'm going to do now, is map out a fast path plan for you. So because this, if this works, presenting. Chris, I'd like you to do the next bit after this if you want to, the Canva bit, if you're down for that. So here is another beautiful document that Chris has made, and I'm just going to draw over. So here's your brand. Things that are wrong at the moment. And when I say wrong, I mean, like, not, you got a good business, you got a beautiful product.
I'm very well aware of how bad it is and what needs to be done. I think I've been doing what I know and not trying to, and now I had young kids, one's about to turn 4. I'm ready to
go
get back into it. And
sometimes I just get on these things and 9 out of 10 times I'm like, that was good. Yeah. And then the 10th time I go, that person probably walked away and cried. I'm like, that's not my intent. I'm here to try and help everybody.
No, I've got to fix it. I'm good.
Please make sure they're okay at the end of the call. So here's the things you have to fix. 1, you got to nail your brand message, right? So super important. You've got to go, who do we sell to? How do we talk to them? What do they want to hear? What are their pain points? A million other things that we help you fix. But you got to fix that. That's the number one thing, because it's got to go on your website. It's got to go in your ads. It's got to go in your emails. It's got to go in the store. I don't know if you've got a car. It's got to go in your car. It's got to go everywhere, right? Make it more compelling. Got to be given to your staff when they talk about the brand. So even this kind of thing, people walking into the store, if you train your staff to say these things, guess what will happen? They'll convert better too, right? Because they're telling a better story. Your website's telling a better story. Everything's telling a better story. Next thing, going to get fancy here. And that's the abbreviation for a conversion rate. So in the future, when you guys are at the pub and people going, what's your CVR? You'll know the answer. But yours is 1 at the moment. You got to go, how do I get it to 4, 5, 6, right? Again, easy to fix. You got to fix your homepage, product page, collection page, cart page, a few other things using our amazing high converting framework. Fix that. These are the 2 big things. Next thing that you want to do as well would be, I would probably even keep it simple. Like, these things will be a game changer. But the third thing that you want to do will be, you have to know your email strategy. Oh, what's going on there? Email, right? Because a lot of people will come to your website and they won't buy instantly. So there's a really good process to set up all of your flows, your welcome flows, did you press the wrong button, Chris? I can't see my screen now.
No, you must have elbowed something.
Let's go. Hang on. Existing whiteboard. Technical issue. Jesus. Give me a second. All right, we're back. You see it? Good.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Cool. Email. Again, if people don't buy, you want to be able to nurture them with email flow so that they do, so that like every couple of days they get an email, go, hey, here's a sale, here's an offer, here's why you should buy, here's the story, blah, blah, blah. And I think the only other thing missing for you at this stage is either going to be meta ads or Google ads, honestly, because people are going to go and know the names of the products that you're searching for. And as long as your website converts better than your competitors and the messaging that it says to the competitors converts better, you will outperform them, right? As long as your pricing is also good. Someone's, hang on. All good. Dale's there. Oh, good. Oh my God. Where are those people coming from? I was just getting a screen popping up on my screen. I can't draw.
Keep going on.
There's some late bloomers. We'll let them in. Who's next? All right, cool. We're going to fix that. So, and then, like I said, email. No, not email. Meta and Google. So now the reason you would use Meta as well, many ways that you can use Meta to keep customers coming back. So once someone's come to your website, retarget them with ads, retarget them with offers, retarget them with other things. Not to mention the fact that Meta is so good these days at finding people on Facebook. If there's someone on Facebook going, hey, have you seen the new, whatever it is, Balroy sling bag or something? Like, if they're talking about that thing and you're running that as an ad, they're going to find you, right? So, start small, scale up from there. But these are kind of secondary to this. This is where I would start.
I've known that I need to start first with conversion.
Yeah.
I've got a good email list that needs flows implemented.
How big is
that
it
was sort
at
of
the
part
moment?
of my game plan. We are 16,000, but a lot of those
Whoa.
are cold.
How often are you emailing?
I would say on average once a month.
Oh,
But it
wow.
would be when we do a campaign, we do 3 emails and that's
Okay.
it.
All right. So this is sitting here. That's just a money pot waiting to be like drained,
So
basically.
every single customer we have come through the store, we attempt to collect onto our mailing list. There's a strong
Right.
process.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very few people come to this call have that as a option to use. So that's brilliant. And roughly, like, do you know what you get out of email anyway, monthly? Like, when you send an email, how much revenue you're getting back?
Yeah, we use Marcelo, so I should be able to get the figures.
Just a random number. Just curious. Like,
yeah, I've got total revenue here is
you should be getting $1 to $3 per person.
Average per person, average orders. Can I share a screen?
Sure, give it a crack.
See if it works.
We wouldn't normally go here, but I'm just like, that's good. You're sitting, like, you've got so much good stuff happening. Like, this is exciting for you.
See, I'm used to Google Meet, so I'm a little lost, actually. Oh, there we go, share. Right, okay.
All right. Let's assume anyway that if you got 16,000 people and on average, like one person should be giving you, like when you average it out, it's between $2 to $3 a month. So email should be giving you about 30 grand a month in sales. So again, if that's not happening, that draws me back to these issues. So you send emails and maybe the emails, whether they look good or they don't look good, right? Same thing happens again. They come back here and they go, I'm not ready to buy because you didn't say the right thing and the website's not good to convert.
I know our open rate is exceptionally high, of 50%.
That's crazy good. Yeah. Doesn't sound right to me, but we can have a look at that.
Anyway. Yeah, I had somebody help me out last year and she was just like, I've never seen an open rate like it.
Your subject must be like, hey, 100% off, open it today or something.
Well, I have probably trained my customer to know that if I'm emailing them, they know it's worthwhile opening it.
Well, they know you only send 12 emails a year. Imagine you sent actually 2 emails a month that were still just as valuable. You go, cool, we've doubled our revenue.
For the first 8 years of signing people up onto my mailing list, I always came with, we don't email out that much. And when we do email, you know that it's of a benefit to you.
Okay. Well, can I be honest? Like, it's your time to shine with all of this stuff because like I said, again, this, a bit of this, bit of that, very quick to turn around all of this stuff and your business will be like, you won't fit in your little shop down there in North Canal. I don't know how big it is, but like.
I certainly hope so because I've spent the last 12 months grappling with walking away.
Yeah. So
we've been losing on average about $5,000 a month.
Okay. All right. Well, very important we fix those things, obviously. So any questions about this so far?
No, I don't think so. Probably later when I review.
No. So Chris V from our team will definitely message you. Like Chris M is going to talk about something else in a minute. This is not the right thing for you. There's another thing for you, but I might throw it back to Chris M if you want, Chris. We won't do this for anyone else. This has been pretty. Is this everyone else that I've seen me do this now? Does it make sense as well? Does anyone else have any questions? I know you've been very patient. There's a few people from our crew that are already seen this before, but like Nathaniel, any questions about this, mate, for you? He's frantically trying to hit the mute button or something. No, I've learned from this that I have lots to work on. All good. Okay. All right. Anyone else? I know one of us probably good. Martina's good. Jack's good. All right. Cool. I might throw back to you, Chris. Do you want to do the next bit or want me to do it?
Yeah, sure. Can I go through the wrap up?
All right, let's go.
Yeah, unshare screen. Okay.
We're off.
I'm gonna go old school. So as Paul was saying, hopefully for those of you that have been watching along, you can see where you've got similar gaps in your business, right? And you can sort of see how these principles can help you also make more orders, and you can see those action steps that you can also take over the next 90 days. As I said, 90% of businesses that we meet that are at the stage of business that a lot of you ladies and gents here are at is it's fix your brand strategy, fix your messaging, improve your conversion rate, and then move into ads and SEO and email and all that stuff, which is generally the reverse of what a lot of coaches and brand gurus and stuff will tell you. They'll just tell you to pour fire on Facebook ads and Google ads and start running paid ads, which is fantastic. Except all that traffic hits your website and you just spent you lighting your cash on fire because they're not converting, which is why we talk so.
Can I add to
Honestly,
that too,
that's
Chris?
why I'm here. Because I just didn't understand why anyone would be saying spend money on ads when
I can't agree with Chris more, right? So don't get me wrong. There's a lot of agencies out there in the space that are shithouse, excuse the French, but there is some very good ones out there. And I will say the same thing about freelancers, and I'll say the same thing about employees. Like most of them will be like, give me money, run Meta ads. You run Meta ads for like 6 months, you go, it didn't work. And they go, oh, it must be a product problem, or it must be a problem somewhere else in the business. The reason they do that is because 99% of people out there don't understand how to communicate about brand, and they don't know how to do conversion rate optimization properly. But it's very easy for them to charge you a lot of money for Meta ads or Google ads or SEO or email marketing every month and just kind of like kick the can down the street. And you're like, I'm paying you a lot of money and it's not working. And they never come forward and they're like, I think you've got a problem with your website, or I think you've got a problem with your message. So just kind of like, I can't stress that enough, that even people who have done that, been burnt, and they've gone, and I see this every single day, like Chris Villado and I, like, we do so many sales calls, and Roxy and I have so many chats, and people are like, I'm onto my 9th agency now and I don't trust anyone. And I'm like, it's because you did that. You started like trying to promote your business and your website looks shit and sound shit, if I'm being candid. So fix that, and then everything else becomes so much easier, right? So, sorry, Chris, cut you off. I just thought that needed to be.
No, which is exactly the third part of the story, the strategy part, right? The right thing at the right time in the right order. A lot of people get the order wrong, right, and start sending traffic to broken websites. So hopefully you can all see that that's been helpful. And you all now have 2 choices. You've got Grumpy Paul and Happy Paul. Grumpy Paul, you can choose to go it alone, continue on the path, figure it out for yourself for another 12 months. But most likely you're going to still be overwhelmed and confused and not paying yourself money. And we'll see you here again in 12 months. Like, my business is still at 10 grand a month. And I've lost the opportunity of making the extra 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month I could have been making over the last 12 months. So actually not taking actions has probably cost me about $200,000. I could have saved that, paid a bit of money, less than 200,000 to fix that. So path 2 is to choose a proven path and follow someone that knows how to do this stuff and has done this stuff and knows what's coming around the corner, not just try to figure it out yourself. Surround yourself with people that have been there, done that you can ask questions to, that can help you eliminate the guesswork. And right at the moment, we are just in the very beginning stages of our 6-week store converter challenge. This is how you improve your conversion rate. So for everybody out there that has a busted website, broken website that's not converting as well as it could, this is our high conversion converter kit template. This is a theme that our team install on your Shopify website. Oops, I just clicked some random button. And so our team install this. We've spent the last 18 months building this template out. This is built for conversion. The 400 things that Paul talked about on the homepage, collection page, product page, cart page, checkout page, all that stuff is built into this theme. You set this up, you install this, and you've already done the 400 things. So this really is your fast path to fixing your website. Not only do you get this installed, we actually work with you one-to-one, in cohorts, not one-to-one, but personally with you in small cohorts over 6 weeks of one-to-one live calls. So we work with you in live calls. We take you through the homepage, the product page, the collection page, mobile optimization, right? Where to install your pixels, how to custom code things. So not only do you get the template, which you could perfectly go and build by yourself, you get week by week, step by step guidance, how to install and how to fix and edit everything. Our aim with this is not only to give you a high converting website, but by the end of the 6 weeks is to have a store that you're actually proud to send traffic to. It looks great and it actually works great. We also help you with your brand messaging. So we'll help you craft the H1 and H2. We'll help you set up those trust icons. Right, we'll help you understand who your audience is a bit better so that you're saying the right thing at the right time on your website. So you've got a website that hooks your buyers instantly. And then we'll also help you with the post-launch growth strategy. So you know, okay, my site's beautiful. What's the next step for me? Here's kind of what the 6 weeks looks like. For week 1, we get everything set up. We show you the basics of editing in Shopify. So this is for you, even if you've never edited in Shopify before, if you're moving across from a different platform, this is a great way to get started. We show you like literally click by click, section by section, how to edit. And for those that of you that have been on Shopify for 10 years and know how to work it, even better, you can move through this stuff faster. We show you how to set up the homepage. We show you how to set up your product pages, your collection pages. When we look at collections, we also look at SEO optimization, how to write collection descriptions that convert better for SEO. We get everything mobile ready, and then we get you launch ready in the week 6. The price for this, for those of you that want to start making that extra 10, 30, 40, 50, 60K a month and not spend another year losing that money if you're not making it, is $1,997 one time, or you've also got your pay in for about $499.37 or something on Klarna and Afterpay. So for those of you that are already set up on those platforms, you can do your pay in for. You get your fully customized high converting Shopify template. You get that installed by our expert team of devs. You get the step-by-step online training. You get a conversion optimization, brand strategy, and meta ads courses as well. So on top of this, you can go and do my brand strategy course, which will help you speak better words on your website. You also get our wonderful Lockie's meta ads course, which will help you learn the fundamentals of building out meta campaigns. You'll also get 2 months access to the eCommerce Circle Connect community, which is worth $97 a month. So it's about close to $7,000 worth of inclusions plus for the one low fee of $1,997. On top of that, only tonight in this incredible workshop, we've got these workshop only bonuses worth probably, I think, 10K plus. You'll get the 8 weeks inside the Connect coaching community. We're also going to give you 2 tickets to our next family-friendly retreat. We run a couple of retreats a year. This is where all our community come together, hang out, get to meet people actually face-to-face, not get out of a Zoom room and actually meet people in person. You get 2 tickets for that for you and your business partner, you and your partner, you and a friend, whoever wants to come down. We usually run these at a beautiful place where you can bring your kids and family as well over a weekend. You get access to our full vault of Ecom GPT playbooks. These cover everything from AI prompts that run SEO descriptions, how to set up, how to write blogs, how to write everything you need, how to write better scripts for your meta ads, video ads, UGC content. All of the playbooks that we've built over the last 18 months inside of the community, you get full access to all of those. You'll also get a one-to-one fast path plan. So the thing we did tonight here for Jacinta, you'll also get a one-to-one version of that with one of our team. You'll get access to all the rest of our courses as well. So Meta Ads Creative, we have a brand guideline, brand guide building course, our Crow course, our brand course, and our 2 meta courses as well. We'll throw in the steak knives as well. You also get a $300 voucher for insightful ad hoc work. So you get to the end of your building, like, I'd like to tweak this, add this, do some more work. You get $300 voucher to spend over at Insightful to get some fixes done on your website. You'll also go in the draw to win a one-to-one strategy hot seat with the amazing, he's down here on my screen, so I'll point that way, Paul Warren. So you get to sit with Paul and he'll one-to-one map out the business strategy for your business over the next year. And you'll also get access to exclusive partner perks and deals. So we're always partnering with different Shopify apps, 3PL companies, all sorts of things. So you get exclusive access to those guys as well. So tons of bonuses, all for the low price of $1,997 or paying for $499. So as part of that deal and separate from this deal, if you're like, my website's perfect, I don't need to fix anything on my website, it already converts at 25%. You can also join our Connect program. This is our program that we've made so affordable that we just want to get as many people out of the free stuff and into a community where you actually get great advice from real people. You get private access to a Slack community. That's where everything happens. There's probably about 200 plus founders in there now. We've got 20 plus expert coaches that can help guide you, answer all of your questions. We run daily calls via Zoom on everything from SEO to Crow to brand to Meta, email, Google strategy, everything you need to actually run your business. We give you the whole holistic overview of everything you need to actually run an ecom business. You'll also, as part of that, you get access to the training vault, which if you buy the converter kit, you'll already have access to, and you can get the results similar to what we've shown you on the calls tonight. You get to learn from subject matter experts. As I said, the people who make up our coaching team are live inside of e-commerce business accounts every day. These aren't general marketers, general meta ads people. These are people that run ads for e-commerce businesses and have done for 5, 6, 10 years. Right, so the actual e-com experts, they understand how e-commerce businesses actually work. Connect is for everyone on this call really. That's why we set Connect up. It was to get people into a place where they can connect and hang out with people like them on the same journey as them. And if you're not quite ready for something like the converter kit, but you still want to start moving forward in your business, you want to get that advice, you want to get around people on the same path as you, you can do that for as little as about a coffee a day if you live in Melbourne, $97 a month. We've made this super affordable to give people the opportunity to jump into something, get out of the free groups, get out of the doom scrolling TikTokers and YouTube channels, get into a place full of experts where you can write a question, get it answered by multiple people, get answers from real people, jump on calls every day, learn everything that you need to learn to actually grow your business. As part of Connect, you get to come to all of those live coaching calls. You get private access to our private Slack community. You get the Crow brand and Meta courses. You get daily access to all of our coaches, so you can private message all of our coaches once you're in there as well and message them inside of all of the channels, then jump on their calls and ask them questions about your business. We'll often bring up accounts on those calls and run through accounts and make changes live. So great opportunity to get real answers to your actual business. So I'm sure by now we probably dropped a link in the chat. If not, we can, Paul and Chris and Roxy will drop a link to joining Connect in the chat, as well as to the challenge, the Converter Challenge. So for anyone that joins Connect on tonight's call, is a little bonus. If you just decide to go with Connect, we'll also give you a complimentary fast path plan session. So the same session we ran with Jacinta tonight, you'll get access to that one-on-one strategy call with one of our team as well for taking us up on the offer here on the call tonight. So before I fade away, $97, best $97 you'll ever spend in your life. I think, as Paul said, jump in, give it a crack for a month. If you hate it, which you won't because everyone loves it, no commitment, check it out. If you hate it, leave. If you love it, stay with us forever, which would be amazing. I think that's it for me for now. Does that make sense for everyone? You got any questions, comments? Drop them in the chat.
I have a comment. For those of you that haven't joined one of those two things yet, honestly, what is the number one thing that you're scared of happening if you buy this? If you join either of those programs, put it in the comments. Nathaniel's in. Okay, that's good. So he's brave. So next person, like, level with me here. To make it super awkward, we'll just take people off.
Literally a coffee a day. I've done the maths on it now.
Yeah.
For about 7 weeks, I never bothered to do the maths. But if you live in, you spend $5 on a coffee a day, that's $150 a month. This is even cheaper than that.
It's probably less than a Warrandyte coffee, Jacinta. Like, I'll just say that. Coffees might be more expensive out that way.
We make our own. It was the only way we could move to Warrandyte from Northcote.
Oh, okay. Right.
Best coffee in Warrandyte is at my house.
At your house? All right, cool. Next Ecom Circle meetup is at Jacinta's house.
Yeah,
next year, she's crushing it, and her house is like even bigger. So your ability and time to implement, that's the whole purpose of all of these programs, is to collapse the amount of time it takes to do stuff, right? Yeah. Because everyone's ability and time is wasted because they have to you're trying to wade through all the gurus telling you what to do. And most of the gurus are peddling their own nonsense that either doesn't work or it works for them or it makes them a lot of money. Whereas we work with family founded brands. And as a dad, I'm like, I want to give you guys all the shortcuts so you figure out how to do this stuff as fast as possible and as easy as possible. And I'm not just saying that. I want it to be fast, easy, and make you way more money so that you have more time with your kids. Simple as that, right? So there's no like, hey, go watch this 9-week long course and then go watch another one and then another one and go to 46 calls and then hope that it works. We're like, over the next 90 days, do these things and it'll be transform your business, right? Do this bit, followed by this bit, followed by that bit. If you get excited and you want to do a few other things in amongst that yourself, I'm not going to stop you. You're a grown up, but I'm like, do these things first. So that's what we're really passionate about.
Is the average amount of time you need to dedicate to it to implement it well?
The challenge?
Yeah.
So the challenge is literally like, we've had people who've completely transformed their website in like 48 hours. So if you've got a website, and we come along, we install everything, we set it all up, you come along and go, oh, my banner from there should go there. And my products are already on my website. And my product page now looks like this because we set it up for you. And you go, oh, I've got to change some fonts. And I'll go to a few brand calls with Chris and I'll go, cool, I've got some better words now. Put that on there. If you're efficient and you're fast, like you can get your whole website done in days or a week or something, right? We've got like some beautiful people in the circle. We got some ladies in there that are like 70 years old, right? And people go, can I do it? I go, she's done it. And there's a few of them in there having a crack. And then we got the young kids that are like tech wizards and they go, yeah, I finished my site in like no time, right? So again, the whole point of it is speed, because time is everything, right? So
and is there
the challenge sessions are an hour a week?
An hour, yeah, exactly. And that too, it's like an hour a week. And then you did get support. So Chris spoke about Slack. Slack is where we talk, and Slack is like Messenger, but fancy, right?
Yeah.
So it's on your phone, you put it on your phone, you've got a question, you're like, I need an answer. You post the question in the group, and there's like 200 other people in there. And there's all the people that have already done this. Like, so this will be like season 3 that we're doing this. So the other crew have done it, and I'll go, here's how I fix the problem. And if they can't help you, we'll go, here's how you fix the problem. If it still doesn't work, you go, here's our dev team, we'll fix the problem. So you're just supported along the whole journey. And there's also no silly questions, right? People are like, oh, I don't want to look silly. Like there's nothing. Like we're there to help you and do it as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I think that's what took me so long to get to this stage was just to be okay with not knowing what I was doing.
We don't know what we're doing every day.
We don't know.
We're here running these things, so don't feel bad.
That's the whole point. That's a good way to be anyway, right? You want to be like I work with coaches. I'm going to be coaching you guys. I work with coaches, right? So I'm always like, who can coach me now? I want to go into the next room where I'm the dumbest person in the room and they're all ahead of me, so I become better. So like you guys, I'm not saying that applies to you. Like you're ahead of many people in the community, but you go, I want to be in a community where there's people ahead of me, better than me, so that I'm sitting and I'm learning from them. And you don't even need to necessarily say anything. Like go to all the coaching calls that Chris spoke about, sit in the background and you'd be like, there's a guy doing whatever, 100 grand, 200 grand. And you go, oh yeah, I heard what he said to that person. When my time comes, I'll do that in my own business. And I'm like, I feel smarter now. And I didn't even have to say anything or ask a question. That's why we want to build this thing as well, so that people like yourself are protected from all the idiot gurus out there that are teaching nonsense, and you're in proximity to people who are successful, and you're in proximity to coaches and community who want to help you guys. I'm super passionate about that. I've been in e-commerce since I was 16. I've been screwed every which way possible by everybody. So now I'm like, that doesn't happen in our community, right? We look after our people. We cheer everyone on. We celebrate our wins. We're like, now what do we do next, right? So makes sense?
Yeah. I think part of it is surrendering the aesthetic a bit in my mind. It's a very minimal, clean, and when I built it 7 years ago, when I first built the first website, it was very similar. That was front of mind for me. And I know that that's not a converting website. And so there's an element where I need to let go of like thinking that it has to look a certain way. Yeah.
It can still be minimalist and it can still be like beautiful and clean. And it's not going to be like, you're not going to have unicorns and rainbows and weird stuff going on. It can be, I've got a few clients that we work with, like one of them is under NDA. I can't say who they are. However, their website is the most minimalist website you will ever see. And they do like 15 million a year, right? And the products shine on their website. That's the important bit. It's the products that shine rather than, I don't get me wrong, there's lots of white space, which there should be, and the font choices are beautiful, and all the conversion elements are in the right location. And this is applicable for many brands that we build sites for. Like I build websites for many big brands that you guys will know, and they're like, I want it minimalist because I want the product to shine. So that is definitely,
Yeah, I also am well aware, though, it's a very millennial website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do.
It's time to move. Yeah.
So, and the other thing that's worth mentioning, right, as well is, so some people go on this journey with us and they go and they buy this and they get what's called the converter kit and they go and have a crack and they go, it looks really good. I spent my $2,000, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I feel like I can't get it to the next level. So assume that happens. We certainly have the option to go, hey, we can help you finish it. We'll give you a quote to finish it to make it even look better again. So you can go from this to the next level, Like this is the whole point of Connect as well. Of the challenge and Connect. You start here, and then as you become bigger and better brand, like we're there to support you with all the other things you're going to need to grow your brand. So, yeah. All right. I'm mindful of everyone's time. So I've got, I reckon, another 2 minutes, and then I'll let you all go and do whatever it is you need to do tonight. Thank you for jumping on with everyone. What's that? I can still be upskilling in the business. I'll answer Steph's question. What does it say? Give me a second. Ditto to JP's comment. I know how long a brand's. You'll be fine. Like you'll get all of that fixed. So I can still be upskilling in the marketing side of my business. He's excited about it, but it's just awesome. Yes, we'll help you solve all of those problems basically inside the community. That's the point of the community as well, that you are always learning the next best thing that you need to do, right? Because this is the good thing about the e-commerce space. Once you figure something out, by tomorrow, it's changed. So again, being inside a community like ours, when things change, we're like, oh, this is different today than it was yesterday. Now use this new strategy. Well, modify this strategy a bit, and it's still going to crush for you. So.
And also there's the time saving of not having to figure it out yourself. And I'm going to Google it and chat GPT it for 4 days and get nowhere and get frustrated. Go in, ask the question. Someone in there's done it before, fixed it, gives you the answer, can go in and change it for you. And cool, that took me 20 minutes and now I can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, all right. I do have one favor for everyone that's hung on and stayed on with us to the end. If you've had fun tonight, I would love it if you could say something. Click on the button in there. There's a reviews link. Feel free to click that, say something nice or whatever you want to say about the session. Feel free to mention how amazing Chris's mustache is and my white t-shirt is. We always appreciate that. But thanks for jamming with us. Look forward to seeing all of you in the community. I'm looking at a few of you that have been to some of these sessions before. So jump in. We'll see you in there tomorrow. And thanks again for hanging out with us tonight, guys. Take care. All right. Bye.
Thanks so much.